Hi and welcome to the Toon Goons, the podcast in which we take an adult and critical perspective into the world of cartoons and animation and analyze how they affect the pop cultural landscape at large. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki.
I'm Nina.
We're back for 2017 with our first episode of something that we've been meaning to talk about since the first episode dropped late last year, and that is Yuri on Ice, which I think a lot of people are really been waiting for us to talk about this show.
I hope so. I don't know.
It's very important to us. It's immeasurably important to Nina.
Oh my god, you guys have no idea.
You guys really don't have any idea. It's 24/7 with this kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it deserves it. It really is that good. And I'm just gonna put this at the top right now. You know, we've been absent for a bit, you know, with the holidays and stuff. We haven't done an episode since right after Moana came out. And I think for at least the immediate future of Toon Goons, we're only going to do episodes when there's something we want to talk about. I don't think we're going to force ourselves to watch and talk about something every week. Because we still want to do the show, but we're both looking for work. I'm trying to find some place to move. We're very busy right now. We can't...
Yeah, we're like in a transitionary period in our lives, and like we're still trying to like work out what we want the show to be and what to do, but like...
And I know we've been saying that ever since episode 101, but like it's frankly still true.
Yeah, sorry about that, but like...
And also, just a heads up, most of the stuff we've been really interested in lately has been anime, so we may be on a bit of a kick of that for a while before we, you know, do other stuff. Because, like, I mean, we'll talk about some of that. We'll talk about what we might do in the future at the end of this episode. But just letting you know that we are going to keep going. It's just going to be kind of irregular for a bit.
Yeah, sorry. So, you know, follow us on Twitter so you know when we have an episode posted.
Yeah, and also following our personal Twitters will give something of an indication of what we've been interested in. That's right. At Nikki the Rat and at Ninny and Ichi. Mm-hmm. But let's get into this episode, which of course means starting with some Toon news. As with our last, news is also going to change, I think, in the coming future, as we can't talk about everything that happens in between episodes. But here's some stuff that we think was pretty interesting that's happened in the last 2 months.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. So let's see. What do I want to focus on?
Well,
where should we start?
Let's start with the newest piece of news, just because it's the one I said we should talk about.
Okay. And
that is that we have some more details on the animated Spider-Man movie. Now, we've talked about this before, in that there is an animated Spider-Man movie that is being directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, show favorites of, you know,
there's no word on if they're directed yet. They're writing the treatment and producing it.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. I mean, they're the Clone High, 21 and 22 Jump Street,
Lego Movie,
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and Last Man on Earth guys, who we really, really like. And they're doing an animated Spider-Man movie, which is like... And they've managed to actually get me interested in a Spider-Man movie for the first time since, I guess, the second one, by making it about Miles Morales.
Yeah, it's a animated feature film. It's a standalone Spider-Man feature. It's supposed to be like a companion to the Spider-Man Homecoming. It's not in the same timeline or anything like that.
Which works within the universe because, you know, Miles Morales is like an alternate continuity shit. I don't know the deep... Mm-hmm. He's Ultimate Spider-Man, and I don't know exactly what that means because it's like...
It's Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, it's a different universe that's like similar and generally like edgier, but...
Yeah, the film is going to be directed by Bob Persichetti and Peter Ramsey as co-directors. Okay. And it will be on the silver screen. Like, it actually will be in the movie theaters. It's not just a direct-to-video thing. It's still Sony. It's not Marvel Disney. which is
yeah.
different.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough to keep track of what the fuck they're doing with Spider-Man, because there's so much fucking Spider-Man. Like, I don't know what Spider-Man Homecoming is. I saw the trailer. Iron Man's in it. It's some new Spider... I don't care. I'm pretty burnt out on...
it's the Spider-Man for the Marvel movie universes. He was in Captain America 3, and then he has his own movie in that one. This is a different thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that because I never saw it, because I haven't...
Yeah.
The last superhero movie I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, I think I'm done for a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, this film is expected to land in theaters on December 21st, 2018.
Jesus.
Woohoo! The year where Hollywood will collapse upon itself. It is inevitable.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in probably the last 3 episodes we've done.
Yeah, because we keep talking about movies that are coming out 2018.
Yeah. So, I mean, it being Miles Morales and not Peter Parker is just a great way to make it more interesting. There's a lot of history about... I mean, Miles Morales is a relatively new character, maybe 5 years old?
He was introduced in 2011.
Yeah, that's about 5 years. And, I mean, the thing is that he's black and Hispanic, and he came about...
That's a completely different story,
Yeah.
It's something new.
Yeah, and he came about after, some, impromptu Twitter campaign of people saying that they should cast Donald Glover as Spider-Man because he's got all the personality traits of Peter Parker. So they made a different guy, and, there's... Miles Morales books, which I've only read a couple of during that period when I was trying to keep up on monthly comics, which was stupid. But there's a lot of interesting stuff that could be done with him, unlike Peter Parker, where they ran out of Peter Parker stories probably 20 years ago, which is just the nature of the medium where characters can't really age or grow. So everybody's supposed to be everybody's kind of 70 years old, but they don't talk about that. So, I mean, it's a new guy. He's got new struggles. There's the ability to make it more, racially diverse, which I know that the books haven't handled that as gracefully as they could have been because they've always been written by white people. And the fact that 2 white people are also doing the script means that, I mean, I have a lot of faith in Lord and Miller, but their stuff has never been about race. So
No, their stuff has never been serious.
Yeah.
Really, ever?
Yeah, their stuff is always... The hard-hitting commentary they make is often about storytelling and ways of doing that. So, I mean, if they're smart, they're not going to really tackle a race, although that might be kind of just... We'll see. I don't know. I don't feel super equipped to talk about that myself either.
Well, yeah, because we don't know what the plot is.
You know what the plot is, and we don't know that much about Miles Morales from actually reading the book. I'm assuming
it's an origin story. We don't even know the name of the film yet.
Yeah. And here's the thing, is that this is an opportunity to do a Spider-Man origin story, which is the only thing that Hollywood ever wants to make, but it's a different guy, so it's not the same fucking movie again. So what else we got, Nina?
Next up we have another internet subscription service to talk about. This one's called Anime Strike from Amazon.
Okay, I haven't actually clicked on this headline yet. I thought that somebody was going on strike. This is a confusing name.
It is. So they've launched its first branded on-demand subscription streaming service, centered around anime. It's priced at $4.99 per month. Because before on Amazon Video, you paid for it by video. Now this is a subscription, but just for anime. And here's the thing. It holds exclusive streaming rights to a handful of shows every season.
Great. Wonderful. Okay, let's see. Cheese Sweet Adventure, which is a thing about that cat.
Right.
I think it's for, little kids, right?
It's very cute.
Yeah.
I probably would have liked to see it, but oh well.
Onihei, The Great Passage, Vivid Strike, Canyon... Crayon Shinchan spin-off Aliens vs. Shinosuke, which... Man, what? and then Scum's Wish. The only thing I've heard of is Chi Sweet Adventure and Crayon Shin-chan.
Well, that's because those are the brand new shows that just premiered this winter anime season.
Okay.
So they're trying to compete with Crunchyroll, basically.
Yeah, and it says some dubbed, some subbed. And
they have a bunch of other anime too, and various movies, and it's all kind of random. And other than the exclusive content, I don't know why you would want to buy this as opposed to Crunchyroll or Funimation. Like, I checked it out myself because I was like trying to, see what the new shows were this season, and I was like, Scum's Wish sounds terrible in a good way, maybe? I'm gonna check it out. But like, oh no, it's exclusive to Amazon. Strike. What the fuck is this shit? More?
Yeah, I mean, here's, like, this is
monopolies are bad and whatever, but like...
I don't feel like this is the answer.
It's not like I have a cable TV plan for all these internet channels.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is the answer. Like, and we've talked about this before when, I think last episode when we were talking about Verve, where traditional media and monetization of television and stuff, the traditional models don't work. We need a new model. And for a while, it's like, yeah, Netflix and Hulu, like, they got all your shows and then they got some new shows. But now the thing is that there's too many of them. Like, you got your, what do we have? We have Netflix, we have Hulu, we have Crunchyroll, we're gonna get Verve, which, what I like about Verve is that it kind of accrues other services like, Cartoon Hangover and CISO. Yeah. Yeah, so now we're like kind of back into cable packages of different streaming services. And it's like, it's hard to, like the reason why we as a family have so many is that we're sharing password. Like, our mom's paying for Netflix, I'm paying for Hulu, you're paying for Crunchyroll, right. Dad's paying for cable, which gives us cable logins to watch stuff on CartoonNetwork.com.
And HBO and stuff like that he wants.
Yeah, because he still watches regular TV because he's a dinosaur, but... I mean, hell, it makes it easier for us to watch, like, Cartoon Network and shit.
It does. Like, that's how I watch Cartoon Network, is because he has his cable login, and I can go on the Cartoon Network website and watch stuff.
Yeah, I just feel like... I feel like some kind of Omniverve, some kind of thing where you can pick and choose what services you're getting, and then you get, like, a package thing, and, like, that would be, like, the ideal. I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel like that would be too much cooperation between competing businesses. But, like, the thing about this is, like, when Verve showed up, it's like, okay, this has stuff that I can't get anywhere else. And kinds of stuff I can't get anywhere else. This Anime Strike, it's like, okay, it's more anime. It's competing with Crunchyroll and Funimation, which already have basically everything I could want. So now the only thing that this can do is like snatch up exclusive shows so that like if they get something really big and really high profile, that's the only reason to subscribe to it, because otherwise it's like if you want extant anime that doesn't have exclusive rights, you can find it anywhere else legally from one of the other 20 subscription services you're paying for.
Exactly. Unless you want to watch this one show, you have to pay for this whole service that gives you stuff that you already pay for from other services. It just doesn't seem...
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like they should have just made an Amazon Video subscription service.
Which they have. They have that. It's part of Amazon Prime. That's the other thing. They already have this. What the fuck is this?
I'm done. I'm sick of it. I can't, because it's like $4 here, $6 there, $6 there, $7 here, $4 here. How much money do I have to pay just to keep up with the zeitgeist? I don't know. Yeah,
like, we just gotta hope that the next Yuri on Ice or the next Mob Psycho or the next, like, big deal doesn't show up on this. But that's what Amazon is hoping for. Otherwise, it's not gonna work for them.
Yeah, hopefully nobody subscribes to it and they quit it, and then Crunchyroll snags up those rights or something.
Or they fucking integrated with Amazon Prime, which our mom also pays for, and we have that. Like,
no, but Amazon Prime isn't the same as Amazon Prime Video. Amazon Video is its own service. Amazon Prime is just for free shipping on certain items.
There's some kind of connection, like, like you get X with your Prime subscription, and I can't even keep track of it.
Yeah, but you don't have an access to everything that Amazon has with your Prime subscription. You need, like, super duper Prime or some shit.
Some shit. Anyway, I'm getting frustrated. What next do you have?
A regular show has finished its run. It aired its finale this Monday, the 16th. It was an hour-long finale. It was an intergalactic battle. And it's just kind of crazy to know that it's done.
Yeah, like, regular show has been around for basically as long as Adventure Time. They were nearly contemporaries, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And regular show, I mean, here's the thing. We've never done an episode on regular show because, I think...
We don't really watch it.
Like, I've watched handfuls of it here and there. There was one night when I worked overnight where I had, like, 8 hours of pitch black night with nothing to do. I just watched seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix and I enjoyed it. And there were also a lot of times where I would check out, like, what are the new episodes on demand, and I enjoy it. I do like the show. It's just that there's a lot of it, and the show has tricked everyone into being invested in the show with actually a lot of continuity. It's not the kind of show that I think anybody expected to have continuity. And I bet there are people who only pop in regularly who's like, that show has continuity? It does. It actually has a lot of it. So,
yeah.
Like, I feel that now that it's over, it's like, well, here's an opportunity to watch all of it. Which I've said with other stuff and then not done. I still haven't done it with Phineas and Ferb, although I do think that's a different animal. Yeah,
well, Phineas and Ferb doesn't really have continuity.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb doesn't have continuity, and the whole joke is that each episode is extremely formulaic, and I imagine that's kind of difficult to binge.
Yeah, I can't imagine myself binging it. Like, I've watched Phineas and Ferb, and I've enjoyed it, but I don't think I could watch, like, more than, like, 5 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, with regular show, like, I intend to now kind of bite into it. I bet it's all on Hulu or something. I'll look on which one of these fucking subscription services has all of it. I may have to fucking jump from tree to tree to get it all. We'll see. But, like, I mean, congratulations on the show for finishing its run. I don't know the circumstances of, like, if it was the team who wanted to end it or Cartoon Network pulled the plug. Either way, it had, 9 goddamn seasons?
Yeah, it lived a full life. 8 seasons.
Yeah, that's a pretty good run.
That's a very good run. Yeah.
Yeah, so congratulations to that show, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity to, like, talk about it at some point. Not anytime soon, because we'd have to watch, like, all of it.
I know. All 8 seasons of it.
Yeah.
So what's next? Speaking of Adventure Time, they seem to be nearing the end, and they have a new 8-episode special event coming in like a few days from the day we're recording this.
Yeah, we're recording this on the 19th, the last day of America.
The last... Oh.
Yeah. Now, the thing is that, like, I think there was actually a bomb last week that I missed because I was out of town and doing other stuff, but, like, the new season has already started, I'm pretty sure. Or the bomb is going on this week.
Check.
Let's check, because I remember Adam Muto tweeting, like, here's a bomb coming up, and like, somebody asked, like, is this before or after Adventure... is this Adventure Time Island? He's like, no, this is actually different. That's later.
Huh, you're right. There is going to be a bomb before Adventure Time Islands from the 23rd to the 27th. They haven't aired yet. And then on the 30th through the 2nd is Adventure Time Islands. Islands is sort of the second kind of mini-series that Adventure Time has done due to the success of Stakes.
Yeah, and like Stakes, it has its own, like, remixed opening, which I've already seen. Susan Strong features prominently in it, which is cool. What's interesting is on January 24th, 6 days before the television premiere, all 8 episodes will be available on DVD and on demand. So,
right.
I mean,
that's weird.
I don't know how ratings work anymore. I don't think anybody else does.
Nope.
But, so you don't have to... Here's the thing: is that now if you're waiting for the actual premiere, it'll be spoiled because people will have been able to watch it already without even have to like do leaks like with the Steven Universe thing where.
Which still pisses me off. I'm so mad at everybody for that shit.
Do you know how that leaked this time?
I know it was Cartoon Network's fault, but then like now everybody's watching it, and like I keep seeing it on my dash, and I'm like, get out of here!
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a similar thing going on that's going to be going on for the next 3 months with the new Little Witch Academia show on Netflix.
Yeah, I already got messaged about that by somebody who's like, "Have you been watching it?" And I'm like, no,
Can't.
It's not on Netflix yet.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with this, it's a brief thing and it's a pain in the ass. In Japan, an episode is coming out each week, which is actually how a decent amount of stuff in Japan works. Like there's this very popular reality show called Terrace House, Boys and Girls in the City, where it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix exclusive, but there's a one episode each week as opposed to the whole season all at once. I guess the culture of binge watching just doesn't exist there, doesn't exist here in the same way. Whereas here in America, Netflix seems adamant that is the only way that they release stuff. So while the Japanese episodes are being aired on Japanese Netflix starting now for the next 3 months, American Netflix isn't getting Little Witch Academia until the season is completed, and then they're going to put it all on at once. So you got to wait 3 months dodging spoilers at every count, or you like seek out a pirated version, although you're already paying for it. So also like ethically, it's a weird gray area. Now,
yeah, it really is.
Now, personally, I'm going to wait for it to drop because I just don't think I'm running in the kind of circles where I'll get Little Witch Academia spoiled for me.
No, and there's like, I just finished Series of Unfortunate Events, and another like brief story, Voltron Season 2 is dropping tomorrow.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, first of all, I would have thought that we would have heard about that earlier, and also, that seems like not a lot of time. That seems like they turned that around pretty quickly. Now, obviously, they had to have started working on Season 2 by the time Season 1 was released, but, I mean, in terms of, like, release dates, that is not a lot of time. It's been, 6 months?
I guess. I already forgot what happened. Who's the bad guy?
He has a stupid name. It's like
okay.
Darktron.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. It's a
Dark
very
Azor.
well-made show.
Yeah, I mean, he fought the Red Lion on foot. Like, he rules. I mean, he's bad, but like whatever. Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, it's not we'll probably talk about that at some point. But yeah, like it's just.
Yeah, I just finished Series of Unfortunate Events. Now I'm gonna go into Voltron. By the time I'm done with that, that Little Witch Academia will be out. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm not in a rush. Like,
yeah, there's still a lot of other stuff on Crunchyroll you've been meaning to catch up on. Like, here's the thing: we've been kind of out of the game for a while, and I was like, "There's so much fucking shit."
I know. I'm like, oh, I'm so behind.
We were on top. We were largely on top of stuff.
We were so on top of everything, and then I look like, oh, there's so many new bears. There's so many new Clarences.
Harvey got canceled.
Harvey got canceled while we weren't looking, and it's all our fault because we were having crises and we weren't supporting the show, and now it's canceled, it's gone.
I supported the show when I had time, like...
I know, I forgot.
Yeah, I mean... this is just
Anyway,
more Nickelodeon poop in the pants. Adventure Time Islands, I'm looking forward to it.
The premise is that they're traveling across the oceans to find new lands, and it's going to address the biggest mystery of all. What happened to the humans? So that's very exciting. And there's going to be a graphic novel as well, and as a companion to it.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like, to me, they're doing kind of like a Adventure Time Wind Waker thing, which I bet that at least 85% of then maybe that's high. I bet most of the crew of Adventure Time cite Wind Waker as their favorite one, and the rest cite Majora's Mask. But I bet like it's a very Wind Waker-y show. Like they're gonna I trust them to embrace that kind of high seas exploratory adventure that Wind Waker had and Phantom Hourglass promised, but just didn't do at all.
Right. I mean, I'm super excited. I mean, I love Adventure Time. It's been a while. It's about time we address these questions. I feel like the show's kind of getting towards the end where it's like either we have to answer these or we're never going to do it and we should wrap up.
Yeah.
Like, we should stop teasing this stuff.
I mean, the show ends next year. We don't know how far into next year, so we got at least 12 more months, somewhere between 12 and 24 months of Adventure Time, which is, like, pretty unhelpful. But the show now has an endpoint, and they've got to wrap up.
The next story is about Studio Ponic. Studio Ponic, spelled P-O-N-O-C, is a studio that just founded itself last year, or maybe a couple years ago, as ex-Ghibli artists. And they are making their first feature film in 2007. That's coming out in 2017, and it's called Mary and the Witch's Flower, based on the Little Broomstick book by Mary Stewart. It's directed by the guy who directed Secret World of Arrietty, as well as When Marnie Was There. So he's an ex-Ghibli patriot now, and he's making this movie. And it's about, there's like a war, and she's an adorable witch. She's very cute. I like her design.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, it looks very Ghibli. Like...
Yeah.
Like aesthetically, like I'm watching
like
the
he
teaser
just
trailer
took that art
right
style
now.
with him.
Yeah.
But it looks very fluid. It looks beautiful. We don't know too much, but like she gets magic and she has to do magic stuff. I mean, it's a new anime studio, so we'll see what happens. The fact that it looks like Studio Ghibli but isn't is a little confusing, but that's not the first time it's happened before, so that should be arriving this year in Japan, and then we'll see more when that happens.
It looks like the budget is fucking insane, so...
It really does. Speaking of another anime project, this one we know a little bit more about. Masaki Yuasa, our favorite boy director man, and the staff from Tatami Galaxy have reunited to release a theatrical film. I am very pumped because I love Masaki Yuasa.
Based on a work of the same novelist as the guy who wrote, or the person who wrote Tatami Galaxy, so...
Yeah. And it's gonna have Asian Kung Fu Generation again.
It is a spiritual successor to Tatami Galaxy in every regard. I have to imagine.
Musically, aesthetically, the writing. It's been a while since Masaki Yuasa did a film. He's done films before, but it's been a spell.
Yeah, what was the last one he did?
Maybe Mind Game?
Yeah. I'm looking at this teaser trailer again, and it looks like a freaking... I mean, as much as I love Tatami Galaxy, it kind of blurred together. So if you... I would look at this and like, is this just Tatami Galaxy? And actually, I'm still looking at it, I'm actually not positive it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Tatami Galaxy like 4 times.
Oh, it's a sequel of sorts. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're the same characters, or at least like the same like character archetypes, maybe like recontextualized, because yeah, like all the fucking same people are there.
Because there's a million timelines in that, so maybe it's one timeline.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah, there's a whole... I can't wait. Like, Tatami Galaxy was so good, and Yuasa fucking kicks my ass with everything he does. Like, he's literally one of my favorite directors.
Me
and
too.
He can do so much. Like, we've talked about 2 Yuasa shows. We've talked about Tatami Galaxy and Ping Pong, which are so extremely different. Like, you can tell that the same guy directed them and because of the weird way that they look, but like, they're very, very different.
Yeah, very much so. And I've also seen Mind Game. I've seen 2/3 of Mind Game, and I've seen Kick Heart. That's and the Adventure Time episode.
And the
Space Dandy
episode.
But yeah, this is very exciting. Do we have a year for this? April 7th. Oh. So this year.
Happy birthday to me.
Well, there we go. The other really big story we have is about the first look of the Captain Underpants movie. Yay for Captain Underpants.
I really, really want this movie to be good. I really, really like and respect Captain Underpants for what it's capable of doing. I mean, who's doing this? DreamWorks? Yeah, it is DreamWorks. So, as is the case with DreamWorks, it could really go either way. Like, DreamWorks has made amazing stuff and they've made doo-doo stuff. And they don't make that much that's, like, very middle of the road. I don't know. Like, maybe that's what, like, Mr. Peabody was, because just nobody talked about that.
I don't know. Captain Underpants is gonna be a movie this year based on Dave Pilkey's long-running book series following George and Harold, two fourth graders who hypnotize their tyrannical principal into stripping down, tying a curtain around his neck, and declaring himself Earth's newest defender.
We got Ed Helms as Captain Underpants, Kevin Hart and Thomas Middleditch as George and Harold, Nick Kroll and Jordan Peele as villains, Professor Pippi Pee Poopy Pants and the Bionic Booger Boy. I don't like the Bionic Booger Boy was so gross.
But yeah, he was very gross.
Professor
I like
Pippi,
the Wedgie Woman.
Yeah, the Wedgie Professor Pippi Pee Poopy. Like, he was great. Like, he's just this little fuck.
The article just says Professor Poopy Pants, Nikki.
Okay, I'm looking at Wikipedia right now. His name is Pippi P Poopy Pants, and the P stands for pee pee. Like, I remember this. Don't you fucking try to step. And then Kristen Shaw as Lunch Lady Edith, who I don't believe becomes a villain.
I don't remember. She might. It's directed by David Soren, who directed Turbo, which I have not seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one or the show that they made after that one.
So Soren says that because the books are known for their irreverent genre-bending style, the film plays with form in a similar way, switching between traditional CG animation and other media, from hand-drawn 2D comic scenes to sock puppet sequences. Which sounds so fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's everyone remembers the Flip-O-Matic stuff, where it's just a two-page...
The Flip-O-Ramas, they're going to play a role in the movie. I'm so excited.
Yeah, where it was a 2-page flip book of just Captain Underpants punching the guy, and then, like, the third one was him getting punched before he then fucking turns it back around. I really, really want this to be good. Like...
Me too. Captain Underpants is such a delightful thing.
And it's so gently subversive. It's like, it's very, very thoroughly subversive, but without being, like, mean or in your face or like actually like offensive about anything. It's just like, hey, all authority figures are dipshits, so let's laugh at them.
Also boogers.
Yeah.
Well, the last book was a little controversial.
Because someone's gay?
Harold's gay.
Alright.
And in the future got married and adopted some kids.
Yeah, good for Harold.
Good for Harold.
Yeah.
I mean, these books are pretty famous among the scholastic book market for being banned in a lot of places because they're too silly and raunchy. Raunchy for kids stuff. As raunchy as a kid thing can be.
Yeah, and I mean, that's often why they'll say they ban it, but the real reason why it is threatening to authority is that it is thoroughly about undermining authority, about laughing at and disrespecting authority figures, and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's fucking important.
It is, and it was just, I don't know, it was fun. It made a lot of kids want to read these silly books with ridiculous names.
Yeah. It was going to be in March, but a different DreamWorks movie took over its date, which is The Boss Baby, which sounds like, okay, The Boss Baby, it sounds like a joke that Chainsaw Suit would make about the new DreamWorks movie. Like, it's very much, it seems very much like unintentional self-parody. Alec Baldwin plays the baby. I'm sure it's gonna be dumb. Steve Buscemi's in it, so I may see it anyway on Netflix when it goes to Netflix immediately. Like, I actually, just last this week, I did see Trolls, and Trolls is actually a very, very solid movie. Gorgeous. It's actually, like, it's stunningly gorgeous. The whole aesthetic is like Kirby's Epic Yarn, Yoshi's Woolly World, where, like, all of the environments are made out of craft materials. Like, there's some spiders and their thread is just like a piece of string. The pop songs that they cover are actually all good. Well, Nina would disagree because there's a dramatic moment at the Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I hate that song.
Nina hates that song so much, which is like the funniest thing about Nina to me.
I have no words for how much I hate that song.
But then, like, Clint Eastwood is also in that movie.
Good for him.
No, the song. No, not the man, the song.
Oh, what?
Just the chorus.
Of course.
If they did the verse, that'd be There's also that song coming out, and when I first heard, like, the piano bit, I was like, oh shit, Mo Money, Mo Problems. No, stupid. A, that wouldn't make sense. B, you can't put a Biggie in a kid's movie. It's a song that's sampled. You dumb man. Anyway, I would actually recommend seeing Trolls if you can. It's going to be on DVD in a week.
Okay. We might talk
probably.
about it.
Because, I mean, here's the thing about how DreamWorks works, especially, like, how, like, everything they've done since, like, they market the fuck out of it and then, like, have so much shit ready to go in case it takes off even a little bit. Like, I really think that they don't know what their marketing team and their, like, development team doesn't know what's gonna hit and doesn't know what's gonna resonate. Like, there were 3 DreamWorks movies from 2013 to 2014 in between Rise of the Guardians and Dragons 2 where the ones that nobody really talks about that were The Croods, Turbo, and Mr. Peabody and Sherman, which all got Netflix exclusive series despite the fact that, to my knowledge, they didn't really resonate with anybody. Like, they just have this shit ready to go. Like, there's gonna be a Troll series, Netflix exclusive, that will probably premiere by the end of this year. Home in 2015, it wasn't a very successful movie. They made a show. They have all this shit ready to go no matter what. That's just how DreamWorks works. Like, I really don't think that they know what they're doing, so they're just ready to go all in with anything that works even a little bit.
Right. So, I only have a few more, like, little tiny news bits just to say them.
Uh-huh.
First off, Bravest Warriors Season 3 is out on Verve. There you go.
I'll watch it once I can kind of commit myself to sitting down and figuring out Verve. Because, like, we've talked about it and I'm like, but the whole time I'm like, I'll do this later. I'm gonna figure this out later.
Yeah, exactly. Studio Ghibli's Ronja is coming to Amazon Prime Video.
That's
on the
series,
27th.
right?
Yes, it is a TV series directed by Goro Miyazaki, the son, Miyazaki Jr., about a 10-year-old girl who's born on a stormy mountain in a fort, and she's a robber. It's based on the fantasy book by Swedish author Astrid Lindgren, who you may know as the author of Pippi Longstocking. So in a way, Miyazaki Jr. got to do something Miyazaki Sr. never got to do, and that's adapt a Lindgren novel into a thing.
Huh.
So he's got that.
Hopefully,
Miyazaki really...
Yeah.
Ghibli wanted to make a Pippi Longstocking movie.
Forever.
Then they were like, no.
Yeah. Hopefully it's better than Goro Miyazaki's last fantasy adaptation, which was
Tales of Earthsea.
Yeah, which is apparently just like doo-doo from a garbage can.
I mean, it's already kind of controversial because it uses 3D for the character models.
The show?
Ronja, yeah.
I'm interested to see how Ghibli does that.
It looks weird. I'm looking at it right now. Not great. Not my favorite. Not the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So that's a thing if you're interested. Ghost in the Shell, the original film, is coming to theaters February 7th through 8th. If you want to watch it before the live-action one gets released.
And ruins everything.
You can. You can pre-order tickets now on FunimationFilms.com/ghostintheshell. And last but not least...
And you can join us in mourning that the Wachowskis never got to do the Ghost in the Shell live-action movie. Because
so sad.
It would have been so much better. Here's the thing. They would have fucked it up, but in a very interesting way.
And then last but not least, Nickelodeon has opened a new studio expansion in Burbank. It's a new state-of-the-art 200,000 square foot expansion that will house more than 700 jobs. and more than 20 show productions, so Nickelodeon is looking to do more.
Okay, they should have done more Harvey Beaks as well as this other stuff. Apparently they also canceled Pig, Banana, Goat, Cricket, which I never watched. It seemed like it was just not for me.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
But, like, I mean, I don't know if, like, it had an audience and they were just like, nah, fuck it, but you were doing okay for a bit, Nickelodeon.
Oh, Nickelodeon.
Anyway.
That's all the news
that there is.
there is in the world.